Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Brookings Harbor and all the fishing boats at sea. I'm Cousin Bruce Ellis.
And I'm Kat Liddell.
And this is the Insider Report.
So let your ears do the walking as we fill you in on what's going on in the Brookings Harbor area and beyond.
Well, hello, and welcome to this week's show that keeps you in the know. Hello, Kat. How'd your weekend go?
I mean, we're just busy getting ready for Escape Room opening on Friday, so that's exciting.
Oh, that is right.
Yeah, we were doing some interviews with K-Fug, one of our another fellow community radio station down the road in Del Norte County, and just generally getting everything ready. And it sounds like you had a much more interesting weekend than I did. You were telling me this tale about your car window. What happened there?
Well, it's weird because that's where my car was down. So it was down getting the window put in the back of it. But it was the weirdest thing. Last Tuesday, we're sitting there at school. We got there, and it was a rainy day, so I had the defrost on and everything like that, and I had the heater on inside and all that good stuff. And me and Junior showed up, and we parked where we normally park. I turned the car off and everything like that. Everything was off. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there for about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, we heard this explosion from the back seat that made us both jump.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it sounded like a concrete block fell on top of the roof of the car. Somebody dropped a concrete block from, like an airplane or something. It went boom.
Wow.
And my back window, it's weird because the inside just shattered, but the outside, when I got out and looked to see what was going on, if somebody dropped something or a rock or something like that, and nothing was there, and the outside was nice, stayed smooth. But the inside's all like Junior said. I told you, he said, it looks like artwork, Papa. And I'm like, artwork. Yeah, well, forget that.
I like his perspective.
Yeah, his perspective. I go, nice, but we don't like it. Yeah, we don't like that. But that was the weirdest thing. And the explosion was what I said, scared the heck out of us. We jumped. Well, the next day, a lady who was parked 25 feet away on the other side of the parking lot and had her windows up. I looked at her and I go, did you hear that explosion? She goes, yeah, I heard something, and you got out, but I didn't see what happened. And I go, well, if you would have been in the car, you would have heard what happened.
Yeah, because the outside of the car looked fine.
Yeah, everything was fine. And when I got out and looked, it just looked like, what are you looking at, dude?
So bizarre.
Yeah, it was weird. Weirdest thing. So anyways, I went and got that hooked up, and I got a new window and everything like that, and found out all about that. So, I know where to get the windows done now. So,
More you know.
But it's like, wow, that was, as I was telling you, that is the freakiest thing that ever went with my car. I mean, I've had a lot of strange things and all that, and windows breaking and all that before, but that was, and what I'm figuring.
So spontaneous,
And the problem is, like I said, the auto glass guy didn't even know what the heck happened, and what it ended up being, I just looked on the heating elements on the defrost that's in the window, and I assume that they're like a gas or something like that in it, or something, because there's two areas where you can see where it exploded. Well, that's where we got the boom from.
Okay.
And then it just, I could see it in my rearview mirror traveling across we were looking at it, was making all that crackling sound. And you know what's really freaky too? I forgot about that part. It kept making that crackling sound.
Yeah.
I mean, when I dropped him off and I'm going to the gym, man, and it was making it all the way there. And it was still, when I got out of the gym, I go sit in the car and you could hear still sections. And so I just taped it up.
Yeah.
Called and got the window and everything. But the crackling was really freaky because I'm going, what is this going to do? But do you know not one piece of glass fell out, broke, or anything? That was
bizarre.
I got to give it the good glass thing, So that was pretty wild.
Yeah. Exciting car, not fun. I'm sure that was a pretty penny to replace that windshield.
Oh yeah. But it's like because I had to order it from Ohio because Medford didn't have it, of course. But hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Hey, there you go.
That's what happens. But hey, folks,
Excitement.
Weirdness. There you go. Strange things. Yeah. I was going to tell you something last week. I kept forgetting about it. Strangest thing happened too inside my house. I cook on a grill breakfast in the mornings, right? So we're sitting there one Saturday and I'm cooking and I bring the butter out and I've been doing this for a while, and Junior's going, it smells like donuts. And I go, it does smell like donuts, and I can't figure out what.
Okay.
Well, finally 2 weeks later, the butter thing's almost empty, and I look down to it. Oh, it's honey butter.
Okay.
The mystery was solved.
You bought the wrong flavor of butter. You didn't buy butter-flavored butter.
Yeah, I bought honey butter flavored. I'm sitting there going, what is the deal? And finally I look down and I read the thing and I'm going, I started laughing. And I told Junior, I go, that was, but every morning, it smells like donuts, Papa. Okay, so.
Trying to torture the kid?
Okay, so that was it. I hope everybody went out and had a good weekend and all that good stuff. And we got a lot of stuff coming up. So we just didn't have a guest, so I thought I'd have some fun there for a minute.
Yeah.
But I hope y'all had some fun this weekend. again, like I said, got things coming up. Before we get going and tell you all about it, I got to thank the Oregon South Coast Fishermen, otherwise known as the Castaways, and Oregon Coast VIP Marketing for sponsoring the Insider Report. And if you'd like to sponsor the Insider Report or one of the other fine shows we have here at KCIW, just go to kciw.org and you will be on your merry way.
All right.
And here we go with some music.
Lots of music in March. Starting things off with Cisco. So Cisco's playing on the 15th, the 22nd, and then 29th at the Brookings Harbor Farmers Market. That runs from 10:30 to 1:30. Then on the 8th, Cisco will be at the Chetco Grange from 10 to 3. And on the 28th, they'll be at the Chetco Activity Center playing from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, and then Mike Powell on the 9th, you'll catch him at Augustino's 2 to 4. And on the 28th, he'll be at Chetco Brewing Company 6 to 8.
And then Patty Ann is playing on the 7th of March at Kuntai. Music there runs from 6 to 8 p.m. And then on the 21st, she'll be at Pete's Bar and Grill from 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah, and the Mighty Steelheads, they'll be playing on the 7th and the 22nd at Inateca at 8 p.m.
Yep. And then Black GTO is playing on the 21st at Inateca in Crescent City. Music there starting at 8. On the 21st, they'll be at Sound Lounge in Grants Pass playing from 9 to midnight.
Yeah, and then JD Drums on the 8th, they'll be at Port-au-Prince in Crescent City, 8 to 11. On the 14th, they'll be at Pete's Bar and Grill, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. On the 11th, 18th, and 25th, it'll be a Mope and Mike at Oxenfree, hosted by JD Drums and Keith Roberts from 8 to 11.
All right, and then we've got a lineup here for Inateca down in Crescent City. Just a note here, music on Fridays from 7 to 9 p.m. On Saturdays, music runs from 8 to 10 p.m. And then on the 7th, the Mighty Steelheads are playing. On the 8th, they have karaoke. On the 20th, Elk, Witch, and King Horn. All right. On the 21st, Black GTO. On the 22nd, the Mighty Steelheads. On the 28th, they're having stand-up comedy. And on the 29th, they'll host Morgan and Schmidt.
That's right. I'm going to have sit-down comedy when I do it.
I'm going to sit on,
I'm going to sit
on the stool.
That's right. Hey, Misty Mountain Brewing. Music runs from 6 to 8 p.m. On the 6th, they'll have Banjer Dan. On the 7th, they have Danielle and Ohana. On the 8th, it'll be Midnight Pizza. On the 14th, it'll be Lon Goddard. On the 15th, the McCools. And on the 28th, Lon Goddard again. And that's it for the music that we got. But if you're out there and you're in a band or you're a musician and you want to get your schedule out here on the airwaves and in the insider of Southern Oregon, all you got to do is send me your stuff to CaptainCurry541@gmail.com. That's right. And we will be hook you up, no problem.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into some other events happening around the community this March, starting off with the Chetco Library in Brookings. They have their weekly events line up, of course, at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesdays. They have story time. That's stories, songs, and games for young children. Also on Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m., they have a chair yoga class. And then on Wednesdays at 1:30, they have after-school activities. This includes homework help, a creation station, and snacks for school-aged kids. Then on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m., they have another free chair yoga class. At 4 o'clock on Thursdays, there's more after-school activities. And at 5:30 p.m. on Thursdays, they have another yoga class. This is Easy Flow Yoga, and this includes poses which require getting up and down from the floor. And on Saturdays at 1 p.m. every week, they have Saturday Shuffle, which features Magic the Gathering and more. You're welcome to stop by the River Room every week for Saturday Shuffle. Players can bring their favorite deck and play Magic the Gathering. Gamers of all kinds are also welcome to just bring their favorite card or board games from their own collections, or they can browse the library's games and find a crew to play with. And then on second and fourth Saturdays of every month at 1 p.m., they have Teens Teach Tech. Every Saturday between 1 and 3, you can drop by the library annex with your device or tech questions, and you can get personalized help from a trained cyber senior technology mentor. Their mentors are young people who've been trained to teach technology to older adults, and they're standing by to help you with your smartphone, iPad, or computer. This free service is presented in partnership with Harmony and Me Music. And coming up in monthly and special events at the library, all March long, they have Youth Reading Bingo Challenge. March is National Reading Month. Read Across America is a national program that celebrates the joy of reading, especially by children. And they're inviting folks to kick off the month with the birthday of the beloved children's book author Dr. Seuss. That was on the 2nd of March. And kids are invited to celebrate all month long. You can stop by the library and pick up your bingo-style reading challenge card. And they'll be invited to read in all sorts of interesting ways. In a bed, on your head, Wearing red. See the rhymes? The wacky challenges continue. Complete one row, you'll get a small prize. Complete the whole card for a big prize. And if you need an idea of what to read, you can always ask Youth Services Assistant Brenna. She'll help you find books you're sure to love. And then coming up this week on March 5th at 5:30, they're having a community concert featuring 4 Shillings Short, a celebration of Ireland. Join them for a free all-ages community concert with musical duo 4 Shillings Short. A celebration of Ireland takes the audience on a journey to the Emerald Isle with traditional toe-tapping tunes, songs in Gaelic and in English, as well as folklore, history, and Irish poetry. And then coming up on Saturday, March 8th at 3 o'clock, they have their Art Walk open house. Join them at the library and check out the exhibit by March's featured artist, Dave Christie, whose exhibit features video game-inspired pixel art mosaics. The artist will be available to greet visitors and answer questions, and light refreshments will be served all afternoon, wrapping up around 4:45. And then coming up on Monday, March 10th, an all-day event, they have their Spice World bags. You're invited to take a culinary journey around the world. Their spice bags feature a unique monthly spice from a different part of the world. Each bag comes with a tester sample, trivia, and recipe suggestions. Supplies are limited, though, and they are available on a first-come, first-serve basis. If you need more information about any events, programs, services happening at the library, you can always check out their events calendar at chetcolibrary.org. You can follow them for updates on Facebook, or you can always give them a call at 541-469-7738. And now it's time for quotes from famous people with Cousin Bruce.
Well, just since you mentioned it right there, here are a few quotes from Theodore Geisel and Dr. Seuss himself.
What do you know?
He was born March 2nd, as you said, 1904. He says, "Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened." He goes, "I like nonsense. It wakes up the brain cells." Then he says, "Fantasy is a necessary ingredient in living. It's a way of looking at life through the wrong end of a telescope, and that enables you to laugh at life's realities." And last but not least, he says, "Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you." Hope you enjoyed these quotes from Dr. Seuss with Cousin Bruce. Till next week, have a great one. Now, I got to just tell you this about old Dr. Seuss. When I did that Grinch play,
Yes.
I wrote that booger.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I talked like that for a month.
Just rhyming
Everything was a rhyme to me, no matter what I was talking about. Yeah.
It's like you couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't help it. When you're doing that whole mode of writing for, I think it took me like 2-3 weeks to write that out. It was like I was doing it every day. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
And so everything was funny. It took me away. And everybody's like, "Oh, Bruce, you can quit rhyming
Much to
now."
the annoyance and dismay of everybody around
Let
you.
me just tell you. "Okay, Bruce, you can quit rhyming." I'm like, I can't stop. No,
That's
it's all
so
good.
funny.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, awesome. Well, you know what? And speaking of Dr. Seuss, reading, back to the library here, we're going to give you some more details about the upcoming community concert, 4 Shillings Short, a celebration of Ireland. Again, happening the 5th of March, a Wednesday, from 5:30 to about 7 p.m. A celebration of Ireland takes the audience on a journey to the Emerald Isle with traditional toe-tapping tunes, songs in Gaelic and English, folklore, history, and Irish poetry. 4 Shillings Short, the husband-wife duo of Ad Tuama from Cork, Ireland, and Christy Martin from California, have been touring in the U.S. and Ireland since 1997, and they bring musical diversity, captivating storytelling, and humorous side notes to create an amazing show. Get a free option there, March 5th, 5:30.
Yeah, you can celebrate St. Patty's Day a little early with 4 Shillings Short, Faith.
Get in the mood.
That's right. Faith and pajamas, it'll be fun. Ecstatic dance at the Chetco Grange with Mistral. This is happening on the 5th as well, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. There is a fee and not much more information because it's ecstatic dance.
Ecstatic dance.
There, it is what it is.
All right. And then coming up at Legends Arcade, they're going to have an event with Nicholas Sparkman on the 5th at 6:30 p.m. And folks are invited to meet and test their gaming skills with the creator of the game Apothecary.
Yeah. Hey, in Elk Valley Casino, they're doing their Casino Poker Classic Texas Hold'em Tournament. This is happening on the 8th, 4 p.m. See elkvalleycasino.com or stop by Paula Joe's Poker Room for complete details. All right.
And then we have an announcement here from the Brookings Recorder Ensemble. They're looking for people to join them in the exploration and enjoyment of playing music for the recorder. This group meets at the Chetco Activity Center on Wednesdays from 1 to 2:30 p.m. They ask that you bring your recorder and a music stand, but music will be provided. And hey, now it's time for a bit of real history with Bushwhacker Bruce.
Right. Hey, Cat. Hey, mates. Bushwhacker Bruce here, and welcome to this week's bit of real history for your knowledge pleasure. Did you know a queen ruled England and France in succession? It's true. Here's the story. Eleanor, Duchess of Aquitaine, became one of the most powerful women in Europe when she married Louis, heir to Louis VI of France in late July 1137. Well, the French king died the following month, and Eleanor became Queen of France, a title she would hold for 15 years. Well, her second marriage to the future Henry II saw her become Queen of England. Two of her sons, Richard and John, would go on to become kings of England, while Eleanor herself played a key role in the successful running of Henry's empire, managing territories in England and France. In 1189, she acted as regent for Richard I when he departed for the Middle East to join the Third Crusade, despite being in her mid-60s. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Bit of Real History with yours truly, Bushwhacker Bruce. Till next time, always keep it real.
Fine.
Yeah, very cool. That little...
Didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I. That's why I had to share. Yeah,
And that's a little bit of women's history there.
Yes, I love it. Love it.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing that.
You betcha.
All right. I've been talking about it off and on for like the last month or so, but Three Penny Theater is presenting Escape Room. This is a comedy that is running from March 7th through March 16th. It's happening at the Brookings Event Center at 800 Chetco Avenue in Brookings. And what's this play about? Well, the high school girls softball team has one last shot to make it to the playoffs. However, that doesn't seem likely since Wacy and Emma can't seem to stop fighting, and Riley and Kylie are so inseparable that they don't work with the rest of the team. So instead of scheduling extra practice hours before the game, Coach forces the girls to participate in team-building activities. That's perfect for Professor Diabolical, as he's been rehearsing his evil laugh and is ready to have customers in his new escape room. Unfortunately, his assistant Brad is more focused on a single member of the team than on minor details like clues and keys. This is one team-building exercise that goes hilariously wrong. So again, Escape Room opens Friday, March 7th. It's going to run for 2 weekends on the following days and times. It'll show Fridays at 7 p.m. On Saturdays, there's 2 performances, one at 2 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. And then they have a Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. Tickets are $15 for adults, and discounts are always available for students, seniors, and veterans. Tickets can be purchased in advance at threepennytheater.com or at the door on the day of performance. The box office doors open 30 minutes before the start of each showtime. And for more information about the play, to get tickets or learn more about Three Penny's special Free Penny Friday performances, which aim to make the arts affordable for all, you can call 541-251-0640, or you can send a message to contact@threepennytheater.com.
Clever. Saturdays 2 and 7.
And
Very
7.
good, nice.
The kids asked for it. They were like, we want to do this as many times as possible. I was like, well, yeah, let's just tack on another matinee if you're up for it.
I was just going to say that's the key is if the actors are up for it. Yeah, and that's great. I was wondering.
Yes. Okay. So we might be exploring more Saturday matinees in the future.
Because I have not, we haven't said that much. Yeah, I don't recall saying that at all, as a matter of fact. When you said that, I was like, oh, hey.
We're always happy to try new things.
And that helps you to make Friday cool, too.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
know, right?
It all flows together.
Isn't that good?
It's a beautiful thing.
Hey.
Chetco Grange second Saturday sale is happening on the 8th, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. with music from Cisco and Lewis, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. I guess Lewis plays the bass, I found out.
Oh.
There we go.
The more you know.
Bass and guitar. There we go.
And then coming up, the Winchuck Fire Department is having their 2025 Chiefs Annual Chili Cookoff. This is on the 8th of March from 2 to 7 p.m. It's happening at the Salmon Run Golf Course, and there's going to be live music with Danielle and Troy, a pie and pastry sale, and some silent auction raffles. And to get tickets and more information, you can go to winchuckfire.com.
Yeah. And hey, Every Child Curry, Explore Fostering. This is happening on the 11th at noon. Curious about foster parenting? You can join their live panel. Ever wondered what it's really like to be a foster parent? Want to hear from experienced foster families about the joys and challenges of foster care in a no-pressure setting? And join them for a live panel discussion with knowledgeable local foster parents who will share their experiences and answer your questions. A local ODHS child welfare certifier will also be available to provide insights into the certification process. Whether you're just exploring the idea or actively pursuing certification, this event is designed for you. It also is a great opportunity to invite friends, family, or others who may support you on this journey. It's a virtual event that's open to residents of Coos and Curry counties. Registration is available on the Every Child Curry Facebook page or go to everychildoregon.org/curry. And you can receive the Zoom link. So don't miss this chance to learn, ask questions, and take this step because fostering is a good thing.
Indeed it is.
I lived in a couple of those when I was younger and things were going bad.
Yeah. And they are always in need of foster parents. All right. Hey, Danaka's 2025 performance series is going to be presenting Waipuna. That's Hawaiian music. This concert's happening on the 16th of March at 3 p.m. It's happening at the Crescent Elk Auditorium down in Crescent City. And tickets are on sale now. You can get them at eventbrite.com, as well as at Del Norte Office Supply and, of course, Wright's Custom Framing in Brookings.
Yeah, and then, hey, St. Patrick's Day pub crawl at Seaview Senior Living. There they go.
All right.
Aren't they the wild ones?
Wow.
This is located at 980. What are them people doing over there? 98059 Gerlach Lane on the 17th, St. Patty's Day at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Seaview Senior Living invites the community to join them in celebrating St. Patty's Day with a pub crawl. With 3 pubs, they got quotations on them, offering both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages and pub-style snacks, music, a photo booth, and more. It's sure to be a blast. That's what they
Party
say.
on. All right. Hey, we have a PSA here from KCIW about their ongoing Soapbox series. So KCIW gives folks a chance to speak their mind on a show called the KCIW Soapbox. And basically, KCIW offers 2 minutes of airtime to anyone who has something to say. There are a few rules, of course. There's no cussing, no slandering, no advertising. But other than that, folks are welcome to share what's on their mind. The studios open every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. for people to come in and record for that.
There you go. Hey, and game night at the Whimsical Griffin, located at 615 Chetco Avenue, right by the Redwood Theater, is happening on Tuesdays and Fridays, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. They got Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, board games, and more.
Go. And of course, announcement here, always needing volunteers for Meals on Wheels. If you'd like to do something that will make you and those you help very happy, if you'd like to do something to help give back to the community you love, if you'd like to help out your fellow human beings, well, then Meals on Wheels is looking for you. By delivering a hot meal to those who are homebound, you can not only help someone who's hungry, but you can also bring a bit of kindness into their lives, a friendly face for them to see every day, and some social contact that they may not have otherwise. There are 3 routes that deliver hot meals to about 60 seniors on a daily basis, and each route takes about an hour and a half to complete. You're welcome to volunteer by the day, the week, bi-weekly, bi-monthly. Even if it's just 1 day a week, 1 day a month, they invite you to do whatever works for you because every little bit helps. If you're interested in helping in this great cause for the community, they invite you to contact Meals on Wheels via the Chetco Activity Center. You can call 541-469-6822.
Yes, indeed. Always a good cause. I like it when we get to our PSAs. You know, we can get them out at least a couple times a month.
Yeah, it does feel good.
Yeah,
feel good to do that.
Yeah, it is. Hey, and Brookings Harbor Boy Scouts of America, scouting for new troop members, always. Boys and girls are invited. Troop 32 and Troop 4032 are now accepting new scouts as well as adults interested in volunteering. Scouts are able to join the troops from 5th grade to age 17. Adults are able to volunteer as long as they are over 21 years old and are able to pass a background check and willing to spend about an hour and a half completing a youth protection training course. Now, they meet at the Scout Hall 7 to 8:30 p.m. every Monday night, except on holidays. You can meet the troops and learn more about what the Scouts can help you achieve, or your grandson, or your son, or your daughter, granddaughter, anybody in your family. Hey, this is going to be great. I hope that people are out there getting more scouts because last time I saw the scouts together, there was quite a few of them.
Yeah,
it was looking pretty good. I was digging it.
They're doing great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, Scout Hall is located at 414 Azalea Park Road in Brookings. Troop 32 Scoutmaster is Mark Haglund. You can call him at 541-661-2749. And then Troop 4032 is Scoutmaster Rebecca Wilson. You can call her at 707-951-3647. Can't wait till junior gets next year because we're going to be all over that. I'm going to tell you what, and then we'll be talking about it as an experience level. Yeah.
Sweet. Absolutely. Looks like we have time to talk about the Memory Cafe Curry that happens once a month at the Curry Public Library in Gold Beach. They meet the third Wednesdays of every month from 10:30 a.m. to noon. And to register for the program, they ask that you email memorycafe@cplib.net or call 541-247-7246. A Memory Cafe is an informal social gathering for older adults living with memory loss, as well as their care partners. Care partners may include, but are not limited to, spouses, siblings, children, or friends whose social lives are often just as affected as their loved ones. Memory Cafe is designed to be a casual, stress-free gathering to allow care partners the opportunity to relax and socialize with others in a similar situation. Memory Cafe Curry is staffed by a qualified social service provider, as well as library staff and volunteers.
Okay, so now the American Red Cross, they did have their February drives were done, but I kept this in because, as they said, the need for blood is constant, and sometimes needs becomes critical, which they say it is being very critical right now. And since the beginning of the year, hundreds of blood drives have been canceled, and more than 16,000 blood and platelet donations have gone uncollected due to severe winter weather and wildfires, which we talked about when we were announcing when they were here, how low they were on their numbers.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the American Red Cross needs you. To make an appointment to give blood, you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org. Give something that means something. Give blood. Now, are you familiar with where would they do this when they're not having a blood drive? At the hospitals?
So that's where they're inviting people to find appointments to give blood by directing them to call that number or go to redcrossblood.org. I don't know that there is an ongoing program for that, but you can find out about it by going to the website.
Okay, because I was going to say, if there's a way of doing it around here and you want to, well, I guess just call it up. Because I wasn't sure around here because,
It's kind of a reach out and see what is available.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, cool. Well, that's it. We're done. I just looked up and we got the flying fickle finger freight from the clock.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time to close out this week's show. Before we go, I want to give a shout out to our fearless producers, Ray and Tom, for all their great work each week, helping us bring our show to the airwaves. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's Insider Report. And please make sure to tune in on a daily basis to KCIW 100.7 FM and catch all the fine shows they have to offer, including the show podcast. And the Insider Report is there. By going to kciw.org, you can check it all out, including the live streaming that's available. Hey, until next week, this is Cousin Bruce Ellis.
And I'm Kat Liddell.
We are signing off. Please support local businesses, keep it real, and spread the love and the peace every chance you get. And hey,
we'll see you out there. Bam!
Beautiful. Hey, there you go.
For music credits for the preceding show, go to kciw.org/credits.